on est avec Nicolas au bout de Telestream qui va nous faire une démo du nouveau épisode 5. So, Nicholas, what's new with episode 5 that just got released or announced?
Yes, we're releasing episode 5 at NAB.
So, what are the main new features that we'll see?
The main new features of episode 5 that we provide is standards conversion. So we're up to standards conversion on par with Snell and Wilcox. And we're also releasing a 16-bit 444 format support internally in Episode and Episode Engine. And those are the main things. So we're aiming for the post market now.
Thank you. So, and I think that was also red file support.
Yes. So Episode and Episode Engine supports QuickTime, both for input and output. And since Red provides a QuickTime component, we can use it. And we're also writing a, it's not released yet, but it's a custom plugin for the Finder. So when you plug in a Red disk, they have a special file hierarchy. And so you right-click on a Red folder, and you get to choose which Red files to send to Engin and for encoding. It's really, really powerful.
So can we have a little tour of the software?
Yes.
Yeah?
I can walk you through Episode Desktop.
Excellent.
So this is Episode Pro, the desktop version that you use to create settings for both episode podcast and for Episode Engine. And it's also a standalone desktop encoder. And we have a very large number of supported formats. So we do everything from 3GPP, QuickTime, GXF, Flash, MPEG 1 and 2, and 4. So this is how the workflow. You choose your output format, choose the selected codec, and you're guided in which formats are supported in which output format. You can do in and out points, copy time code, and put a bumper and trailer on the movie. Then we step to the video filters. So each codec has a very large set of settings. So this is the H.264. You choose the bandwidth control, profiles, you can do baseline, main, high profile for color space support. So, and as I said, we have 444 support internally for those codecs that support it. There's not many that do right now, but DPX, Red, DNX HD, for instance. So you have no loss of quality when going from different formats. And also a large number of processing filters. So these are the new standard conversion filters. You use advanced frame rate and deinterlace, and then we have a new interlace filter. And they work together. So we provide you with the templates for standards conversion. So if you go from NTSC to PAL, for instance, we provide you with a large number of them.
Okay, so you do standard conversion?
Yes. People in the business say that we are actually on par with hardware boxes. The improvement that we give, the problem is the boxes are real-time. You have a tape deck in and you have tape out. Since this is file-based and you can cluster Episode Engine, we do it many times faster than real-time.
That's what we saw with NAB'08.
Yes. So we say that you decide the speed, because you just add any number of servers to get the speed you want. So when you're done creating the settings, you can export them upload them to Episode Engine or export them into a watch folder. Episode Engine is watch folder based. So you set up a folder and drop any number of settings in it, and then drop media into it, and it encodes into all those formats. We also have something called input monitors that allows you to monitor an FTP server or an SMB server for new files, so customers can upload files into an FTP, and then you can automatically pick them up and transcode them into the selected formats. At NAB, we're also announcing an SDK for Episode Engine, so you can write your own monitoring software or job submission.
And what's the integration with Final Cut Server?
The integration with Final Cut Server right now is they're both watch folder based, so we can drop files into Final Cut Server and vice versa. I can show you a Final Cut Server workflow that we set up. We've added some custom metadata fields to Final Cut Server. Let me just show you here. So this is our Final Cut Server installation. And what we've done is added this publish metadata tag. And when you choose publish to, we have a, it's called a monitor. I'm not actually familiar with the Final Cut Server term, but we watch for this metadata change. And we have, so when I change this to H.264 and I save this, it's going to get copied into a predefined Episode Engine watch folder for transcoding. So it's a really nice integration between Final Cut Server and Episode Engine. And then Episode Engine, once the job is finished, we can trigger a custom event script. It can be any binary. And we provide in 5.0 a generic script that you control with metadata. So you can have metadata controlling the script and perform an automatic FTP upload once the job is complete, or a copy. So you can have Episode Engine copy the newly transcoded asset back into Final Cut Server. So you set up a scan directory in Final Cut Server and you have integration between the two going back and forth.
So, thanks a lot, Nicholas, for the tour of Episode. And j'espère que vous avez aimé le tour d'épisode qui est intégré avec Final Cut Server, puis toutes ces nouvelles features. Merci. Thanks a lot.
OK, on est au boot de Telestream avec mon ami Matt Geller qui a monté un super serveur. So Matt, tell us about your setup here.
This is an XN system that is actually here to demonstrate Final Cut Server and Telestream's Episode Engine. If we look over here, we've actually got a system that has a new product that they have called Pipeline Quad, which allows you to do SDI streaming in, and it turns into an IP stream. And actually, the new announcement that they have at the show is that the ProRes codec from Apple is also part of this box now. So this can do automated and scheduled ingesting to ProRes into an XN system, and basically it just takes an SDI signal and turns it into Ethernet. We also have a Final Cut server here, XN metadata controllers, and then all of the other servers that you see down here are Telestream's Episode Engine. And what this does is it is just a monster that attacks files and encodes them at ridiculous speed. So this engine is capable of doing H.264 encoding at 47 times real time.
Can you say that again?
47 times real time. It's pretty amazing.
À du H.264, 47 fois plus vite. Episode Pro, 5, Episode Engine. On a un beau rack de serveurs ici. On va tout découvrir ça avec vous.